Welcome everyone to our Sunday meditation, and happy Easter for those of you that's meaningful. Every Sunday we get together here as a community to try to facilitate a space where we can practice a secularized form of meditation. We are a Buddhist center, and definitely our lineage and our tradition and style of meditation is informed by Buddhism. But on Sundays in particular, we try to make it more accessible, so that it's a secularized form of it. In particular, the meditation we're doing two particular meditations today, and I'd like to talk a little bit more about what meditation actually means in this context before I describe the forms. Meditation can really mean a very broad set of practices. In particular here, we're doing what's called in Tibetan Kama Viding, or just trying to focus on an object. So the purpose of it is to start to expand our ability to pay attention in one particular point for a prolonged period of time. We do that by picking a particular object of attention and focusing on it. And as our attention leaves to other places, we gently nudge it back. And we do this for, as long as one wants to. And that's what Kama Viding would be, is just this ability to come back to an object over and over again. And that has many practical uses for our day-to-day lives, where it is, paying attention to our children, our jobs, sports. Just, there's an array of different possibilities of how this can be used. Today we will use two objects of attention. The first one is going to be our breath and our bodies. The interesting thing about our breath and our bodies is that it's always in the present moment. Our mind can be anywhere else out there, but our bodies are always here and now. So we started train by paying attention to our bodies, whether it's our breath. It could be in the different places, but we'll go over as we're meditating on the different places where we can pay attention to our breath. And that's a pretty static point of reference that we use as an object of meditation. Then every 8 to 10 minutes, we will take a break in our meditation to our breath, and we'll chant the syllable Hung, which, if you care to imagine the actual syllable in Tibetan, it looks like this. If not, it's really more about the sound of it than it is about what it looks like. Why do we meditate on a particular sound? Well, sound is a little bit more active than just the breath. There's this engagement with something that's actually happening, like it would be a conversation, maybe. So we're training in this, paying attention to something that's in flux, and that flux is a sound. So we're using these two types of meditation, and one is a little bit more subtle and very pinpointed, and then there's the sound that there's a little bit more openness to it. So we're starting to train our minds in being able to pay attention at a prolonged period of time in different objects, and then start to learn how we can take that into our day-to-day lives. So we'll start out with our breath, and a key portion, at least in this tradition, and I think it's important for any human, is to find the right alignment. So allow your body to start to settle. The first point of contact that I like to acknowledge is my sits bones, right? There's two of them. And, I like to wiggle back and forth a little bit in my seat and just find that they're making contact with the seat. Once I've found that's my ground, that's my connection to earth, then I start to stack my whole spine in a way that is neither too tense nor too loose, just sort of that it's almost like your spine is stacking upon each other as if it were coins. And then finally I get to my neck on that stacking, and my chin tucks in ever so slightly, or imagine that there's a string pulling you up. This allows for energetically, for your body not to get strained, keeps away some of the lower back pain, but also just the flow energy of attention is easier. You can have your hands on your legs, or you can come and hold them at your belly. And then just start to pay attention to your breath. Maybe it's coming in your nose and you can notice it, how it gently brushes up against your nostrils. Or maybe you feel it in your chest, how it expands and contracts. Or maybe even more subtly, you ride it to the bottom of your belly, 3 fingers width down from your navel and 3 fingers within. Just start to notice your breath there. At the beginning of meditation, it's good to notice the quality of your breath. Is it going to just kind of resting at the top of your chest? Are you allowing it to go all the way into your belly? Just acknowledging the quality of that breath and maybe allowing it to expand more into the bottom of your belly and really expand all across your chest. And as you do this, you notice some areas of tension across your body. Maybe your shoulders are the more common one, your neck, your stomach. And invite that in-breath into that area. And as you exhale, let go of something. Let your shoulders melt away from your ears. And find some ease inside of your body. And as you found some healthy level of relaxation inside of yourself, come back to your breath. The trick to meditation is not how long you can pay attention at once at your breath, but noticing when you've left your breath and are thinking about what are you going to eat for lunch, or you need to vacuum your apartment, or whatever it is that's going on. Noticing that and gently, without judging yourself, coming back to your breath. That's the practice. And maybe if you're new to meditation, you're noticing now that one thought comes after another and another and another. And maybe you're even thinking that this meditation is causing your mind to go wilder. That's not the case. I think anybody who's ever practiced meditation has noticed this too, and that's okay. Don't try to fight your thoughts. Don't try to chase after them or violently suppress them. Just allow them to go on the background and just keep coming back to your breath. it's helpful, tap into the groundedness of your sits bones and know that the whole earth is there to support you. And that the center of earth is right below you. There's a straight line from the top of your head to the middle of the earth. And you have that support with you. And now we will try and chant the syllable Hung at your own pace for the next minute or two. And just tap into yourself and notice how that made you feel. Without judging it too much, just noticing how that affected your body and your consciousness. And once you've had enough space and time to yourself to pay attention to that, gently coming back to the breath. checking in with your body, noticing if any tension has crept up. Your shoulders are tense. You're clenching your jaw. You're inviting the next in-breath into that area of your body. And as you exhale, let go of something. Usually halfway through our meditation, I encourage anybody to tap into their motivation for why you are here, what brings you to meditation, what drives your life in general. I think it's important for us to be able to keep a practice. We need to understand what drives it, and what drives everything we do in our lives is our motivation. So when we're here meditating, just inviting you to tap into what's your motivation for being here today. Maybe you have been reading about the benefits and the health and performance of meditation. Maybe a friend dragged you here. Maybe you're genuinely interested in getting to know yourself better. Maybe you think you could be of more benefit to the world. There's no right answer. It's just important to acknowledge what motivates us in life. And coming back to the breath gently. And we chant. Oh. And without passing any judgment of good or bad, just notice how that feels in your body and your attention. And gently coming back to the breath. Again, grounding yourself through your sit bones, feeling the support of earth. Maybe refining that alignment in your spine, in your neck. Letting go of tension and coming back to the breath. If you're not doing so already, I invite you to try to meditate with your eyes just slightly open. In our tradition, we do that because the purpose of meditation is not to escape into ourselves, but to find a way to be able to engage this world in a more aware and mindful way. So keeping your eyes slightly open as we meditate starts to encourage that engagement as we're paying attention. Additionally, we can use our gaze to either wake up the mind or settle it a little bit. When our mind starts to go a little wild, it's helpful to cast our gaze 45 degrees or a little bit under, down towards the ground. And this helps to settle us a little bit. On the other hand, if our mind's a little dull and we're feeling sleepy, casting our gaze towards the ceiling allows our mind to wake up a little bit. Also, if you're feeling some dullness after meditating for a while, it's helpful to imagine that you're exhaling completely all the dullness and staleness in your body, and you're inhaling some light, awakeness, and awareness, and bringing back some of the initial energy to our bodies to help our awareness keep going. We'll take a short break. There's some snacks and drinks um, over in the hallway, and just want to point out that there's a book of names that we write any names the way you would do in Mass of people who are in particular need or going through some tough times or just somebody that's dear to you. Feel free to write their name, and we'll come back in about 10 minutes and close the practice together by dedicating our merit.
I ask precious three gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The five skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly. I ask precious three gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The five skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly.
人间那所多为你的本能，特见现界自若人生也难没多。他个没一了的没大多不来在，记着的也有的个做罗马。安的朋友做吧，难记了的面对，你呢给我了所也的个做了嘛。连着了没眼边，没给到不放眼，来去给。
I ask precious three gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The five skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly.
人间那所多为你的本能，特见现界自若人生也难没多。他个没一了的没大多不来在，记着的也有的个做罗马。安的朋友做吧，难记了的面对，你呢给我了所也的个做罗马。连着了没眼边，没给到不放眼，来去给。
I ask precious three gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The 5 skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly.
근조른 지나서 도인이 버나 토진 제지로 레사 예나메도 타가메 일때 미타 도볼레제 기르된 예여 때데 가르솔로마 안디 풍인 소파 난지로 때면도 니네 지워서 히에데데 가르솔로마 렌젤로메옌베
I ask precious 3 gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death?
So while we wait for the book to go around, just like to invite you to, if any of this practice has worked, whether it's just the focusing on the breath or the chanting, I invite you to take it home with you, or even just to work. Just sometimes I find that I'm at work and my whole energy I'm just so distracted and so anxious about things, and just taking like literally a minute to breathe and allow myself to only breathe, nothing else, settles my mind in such a way that I can cope with whatever it is that I'm doing at the time better. So, I just encourage you to, if it works for you and you feel good about it, to take it with you. And we'll start by dedicating our merit. Gracias. Do we do the before or after? Okay, we'll do the first then. So we'll all chant 3 times. And as we're chanting the first imagine that there's white light pouring from your heart to yourself, and just this nourishing light. And you're giving love and compassion, joy, equanimity to yourself. On the second ah, imagine that that light expands to everybody here in this room. But also acknowledge that as you're sending out this light to everybody in this room, everybody is sending this light back to you. And on the third ah, you imagine that light expand out to Houston, the world, the universe. It's really as far as your mind can go, the light can go. So join me. Everybody in this room and then the whole world and the universe. If you have this yellow sheet, we'll do the dedication and then the blessing. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, everyone, to reach to that very ground. With all of you in mind, we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom, shine within us, everyone, till we all rise forth born in one enlightened mandala. We dedicate the merit of our practice to all sentient beings, but especially today to Doug McGregor, Ben McGregor, Jada McGregor, Javi and Kate and kids, Maria, Bobby, all suffering children, David Snellgov in Bardo, Italo Silo in Bardo, Nicholas Scopetti in Bardo, Des, Lauren, Mike, Alan, Karen, Lois, and Pam, my truck, my apartment, me, John, Camados, Mike, Robert, Dominique, Julie, Ira, David, my wife Kim, and our twins, Brussels, David and Allie, Jamang, Sinclair, Bardo, Rebecca, Aaron, Darcy, Hole, Nadga, Ellie, my dad, Ben Hung, Elizabeth Rose Martin and her family, Kira, mom, stepmom family, dad, me, my partner and kids, Stefan, Jimmy, Bardo, Jack, Pearl, Rue, Katie and Danielle, Dewi, Mar, Betty and Wes, Jerry and Harvey, animals, and all sentient beings. Well, thanks for coming out today. I hope that was enjoyable to everybody. If you like what you saw here, we are a not-for-profit. Please, make any donation is appreciated, no matter how small. There's a red bowl at the entrance that you can drop it off at. Even better, if you really, really like what we're doing, you can get a membership. I believe it's $40 a month, and that includes you to do the 2 Tuesday meditation classes. Well, really just Buddhism classes that Anna and Harvey give first and third Tuesday of every month. If you haven't come to those, I highly recommend them. They're very there's a lot of insight that comes from our teachers. Additionally, there's a bunch of events always happening. Check our website, donmountain.org, and like us on Facebook. Facebook is a really good resource for us to get out everything that we're doing. So if you have Facebook, like us. We really appreciate that.
Special thing. That's the first time
We will be having a POA retreat starting on the 15th. That's a really special retreat. So POA is a practice. In Tibetan Buddhism and a lot of Buddhisms we believe in reincarnation. And when we die, POA is a practice to learn how to, as you're dying, instead of just being mindlessly reborn into the next life, we transfer our consciousness to what we call a Pure Land, which is where it would be a realm that a Buddha has created in order for us to practice. In particular, I believe this POA is for the Pure Land of Amitabha. So that's a very rare occasion that a teaching like this is open to the public. So if you're curious about it, I highly recommend attending. Claire would like to announce something.
So there's going to be, I've been doing a 3-part mini-series on mindfulness, and the next one was scheduled to start on April 4th or 5th, but we're bumping it back to April 25th. So if you'd like to come to that 4-week mini-series, you're most welcome. Everybody's welcome, all skill levels, from like, what is meditation to, I've been meditating for quite some time. So you're welcome to come to that, but it's not going to start when it was originally scheduled. It'll be starting April 25th. And also Practice Tuesdays. If you enjoy coming and sitting with other people in this space, and you've done it at least a few times, so you kind of have a sense of what the practice is, come join us on Practice Tuesdays. They're second and fourth Tuesdays of the month here from 7 to about 8:15, and then one of the senior students just takes turns leading. So you're always welcome to that. And it's a great way to kind of get your like Sangha fix in. So that way you have almost every Tuesday something to do at Dawn Mountain, which I'm sure everybody wants. So anyway, you're welcome to those too.
Yeah. Also, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to come up and ask me a question, or Claire or Gary or any of our senior students. We're here to tell you about our experience. We don't know everything for sure, but to the extent that we can help, we're happy to. So please feel free to ask us a question. And have a good Sunday.